It's been almost 2 years since the last new Mystery Dungeon game, but if we want to get specific, it's actually been almost 7 years since the last new Mystery Dungeon game. Don't get me wrong here, I absolutely adore Rescue Team DX. It's one of the comfiest games on Switch, and one of the best remakes I've ever seen for gaming in general. It sticks true to its source material while innovating and adding new features, the most striking of course being the gorgeous art style that replicates official art of the original games. And while Rescue Team DX leaves me thinking about how amazing it would be to give Explorers of Sky the same treatment, there's a constant nagging in the back of my head that keeps telling me the same thing over and over. Generation 7 Pokémon still haven't appeared in a Mystery Dungeon game, much less Generation 8 Pokémon. In fact, Sun and Moon was only a year off its release after Super Mystery Dungeon. It just missed the mark, only leaving room for Gen 6 Pokémon to be included as new additions. Basically, my point is there's a whole world of untapped potential for an entirely new Mystery Dungeon game that hasn't been touched. As you know, I tend to get very passionate about Pokémon spin-off games. Like, way more so than mainline entries. Don't even get me started on Poképark 3. If I'm just speaking in the realm of feasible possibilities, I have a ton of ideas for a new Mystery Dungeon game that I just need to ramble on about. So if you're into that kind of thing, welcome. Let's get into it. Rescue Team DX's art style is one of the few cases where a 3D art style is so gorgeous to me that I almost prefer it equally to a 2D art style. Deep down, I think my most unrealistic dream is a Mystery Dungeon game that uses the 2D, 3D style of modern RPGs like Octopath Traveler. But if I'm speaking realistically, meaning knowing they probably wouldn't do that, I really hope they would keep the same art style as Rescue Team DX for a new entry. And honestly, if they don't, I think they'd still make the game look really good. The 3DS games don't look bad at all, and they have their moments graphically, but at the same time I do find their style to be mostly serviceable. I think the 3DS style with a fresh coat of paint on Switch would look beautiful all the same, but it would still not top Rescue Team's approach personally. You know what else was so good about Rescue Team DX? You could play as Skitty again! The player and partner selection is easily one of the best aspects of both Rescue Team and Explorers. Oh yeah, we don't talk about gate selection. And while Super was amazing for giving us the full palette of every starter to pick from, it still didn't quite give us enough variety in the non-starter category, personally. If you don't know what I mean, the only non-starter choices in Super were Pikachu and Riolu. Like, not even Eevee, which is weird. I love having silly little pool of non-starters to pick from, especially the more funny ones like Cubone, Shinx, Phanpy, and Munchlax. My ideal starter selection for a new PMD is every starter Pokemon, and then a generous pool of non-starters, especially some good ones from Gen 7 and 8. If you haven't played Super, then you probably don't know about the Connection Orb. And personally, this orb is one of the best things in any Mystery Dungeon game. It's a big web of all the Pokemon in the game which link up through connections with each other. By helping out a Pokemon in the Connection Orb, not only do you get access to bring them along on missions with you, but it also expands your link to other Pokemon through them. Did you help a Swablu on a rescue mission? Well, they know Altaria, so now you've drawn a connection to be able to recruit Altaria. This orb is even full of tons of cute Easter eggs drawing references to old characters, such as Grovyle, Dusknoir, and Celebi all being linked together. This is a super awesome way to handle meeting and recruiting new Pokemon, and it would be even more amazing in a new game with all the new Pokemon added since we last had the orb. The cute way it draws connections and bonds between specific Pokemon is an added bonus. This one is a long shot, but please, no more code system for running friend rescues. The friend rescue system is one of the best parts of Mystery Dungeon, but I always found its archaic system dragged down its usefulness. Funny enough, the new Satchel system in Legends is a great example of how streamlined this system should be. You should be able to find your friends' rescue requests, or even strangers right from the job board, accept them with ease, and immediately set off to complete the job. And upon completion, the item's loss should be sent right back to the client. No need for re-entering and sharing rescue codes. I am optimistic that a new PMD will perfect the front rescue system, but it's still something worth mentioning regardless. I was going to talk about my story ideas and hopes for a new PMD, but honestly I don't think there's much of a point. If we ever do get a new PMD, you obviously know the story is the one department they'll never let you down in. At the end of the day, every PMD entry has an incredible story with its own unique themes and messages, packed with memorable experiences that'll make you both laugh and cry. And really, while I can ramble on and on about the sorts of things I'd love to see in a new PMD, I already know there's no way a new PMD can disappoint. I love these games so much. My biggest hope at the end of the day is really just that we get a new entry at all. There's so much potential and possibilities with the new advances the mainline series has made over the past 7 years since Super. With Pokémon Day coming up, I can only hope there's a surprise in store for us. We'll just have to wait and see. But even if there's nothing new for PMD, I'll just keep on hoping for a new game in the future. And what about you? Are you hoping for something in particular from Pokémon Day? Anyone else really want a Pokébark 3 like myself? Let me know, and I'll definitely be back to talk about anything new they show off for the big day. Thanks so much once again for listening to me ramble on about Pokémon. You all rule.